Hi everyone, welcome to another session of working with Foglight registry variables. Now the Foglight registry is like a collection of variables. Their values can be used for evaluation as well as for comparison and monitoring entities, and thus often it will determine the evaluation outcome and trigger actions. Now the Foglight registry is not related to the host operating system registry, like for example you have the Windows registry. The rules, conditions, for example, and their expressions can reference the registry variables. A registry variable can have like a global variable or a global value that is available to all the topology types and objects. It can also have one or more values associated with that specific topology types or objects or calendar dates. For example, the organization can have different administrators that you might be looking at different hosts. To configure the Foglight to send host related emails to appropriate recipients, you can scope the sysadmin variable to the monitored host instances and also associate an email address with each host. Many registry variables will come included with Foglight and install cartridges, including the availability critical, availability fatal, availability target, and many of these others. If these existing registry variables do not meet your needs, you can create a new one and you can also add it to the registry variable collection. You can create and manage these registry variables using the manage registry variables and dashboards. To access this, what you can do is you can come under the rules and notifications manage registry variables. Here you would be able to identify all the registry variables that is being listed. You can see that this reads through it, that is a kind of a collection of all the variables and their values that is there. Now, when you go through it, it will list out all the different variables you see is available as part of this instance. You can also try to see that you can scope this filter to identify the scope, like for example, based on a timestamp or based on top of, you can based on, you can scope it to a specific registry variables that you want to identify. You can see that the corresponding type of it, long, double, string, integer, boolean expressions would be maintained. It also captures the cartridge information. You can see you can a global default is primary. What is the kind of a default value that is being assigned, the scope as it that has been defined. You can click that and you will primarily be able to also have a look at all these registries. You can also keep on adding a registry variable, so you can see that what is the type of the registry variable that you want to define, the timestamp, the double that you have, right? So the type primarily says what type of it is. So let's say I want to define a double registry variable. You can give that, give a name, let's say variable one, give a description, variable description, do next. Here you can say what is the value. You want to define a static value to that variable, registry variable, or you want to give a registry reference. Like for example, this is a list of all the registry references that I want to have availability critical, and you can just click on finish. So this registry variable that gets registered in here. It will take few minutes for it to come up and run. You can see that the registry variable is now coming up. Here you can basically add a performance character calendar list. You can select business hours I want to define. You can set that and you can add a registry reference again and you can finish. And accordingly, you can add the registry variables also in this. Let's say I want to have an abstract dependency. You can select that. You can do next and you can do next. You can select all the objects that you want and you can give a registry reference and you can finish it. So this is how you are able to get the registry value, the registry value that has been coming over here, right? So this is how you basically are able to identify the registry variables and create a registry. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. Bye.